A new TitanoFork king? Palladium outperforms all other TitanoForks. Here's how. This cryptocurrency has the highest APY. Palladium Finance is one of the most long-term TitanoFork or decentralized financial payment networks with a high APY for everybody who invests in it. Keep in mind that when it comes to your hard-earned cash, we don't claim to be financial experts. So at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what you do with the information we provide in our content. Today, we'll go over a list of the features of Palladium Finance, the newest kid on the block, and provide you with everything you need to know about it. You'll discover what Palladium Finance is, and we'll even talk about their plans for the future. Before we go any further, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can learn more about the crypto universe. The first thing to note is that this is built on the Binance Smart Chain, and we already have a really beautiful design website for Palladium Finance. But the major takeaway is that this is an auto-staking and auto-compounder platform with an APY of up to 151,000% merely for keeping it. In simpler words, this means that when you buy cryptocurrency, it will automatically invest the money for you and multiply while you sit back and enjoy the ride. Essentially, it never leaves your wallet, and every 30 minutes you get rewards. Let's dive a little deeper into Palladium Finance though and learn more about its features. What's Palladium Finance? The first topic we want to discuss is security, which should be the first thought that comes to mind when considering investing in any crypto project. They have been audited by Liquidity Finance, which is identical to CertiK, and is one of the biggest auditing firms. They currently safeguard over $10 billion in on-chain assets across 1,000+ projects. For those who don't know, an audit is essentially a financial examination. According to the reports that have been released to the public, there are 3 audit findings, all of which are informative rather than negative. When we look at the audit findings, we can see that Palladium Finance passes in every area except for the warning about centralization of control. Let's take a closer look at the basics of this project. So, looking at their private sale and launch price at 0.00001 being the exact same figure, we believe this is a good thing since it allowed everyone who got in on the private sale to buy in at this price. But it's worth noting that when they first launched, they didn't just do an immediate 10 times hike in price, causing the price to skyrocket and everyone to dump their tokens. Instead, they kept the price exactly the same, with the exception that they were able to offer liquidity since they had obtained money through a private sale. Palladium Finance is now trading around its launching price, which we'll discuss later in the video. But first, let's take a look at some of the project's most important features. Did you know that Palladium's auto-staking protocol provides a fixed interest rate of roughly 2% per day to PELD holders? Alternatively, if you compound every day, as they do automatically, you'll end up with $151,000 every year. That's actually pretty good. They provide a very simple and secure staking procedure where all you have to do is buy and hold PELD, and you'll get rewards in your wallet. How simple is that? There's almost no need to transfer your tokens to the website, so they don't even have to go to a third party or a centralized authority. A lot of staking services demand you to go to a staking pool and deposit your tokens, which makes things very complicated for a lot of newbies who don't know much about crypto. So let's say you have your digital wallet and they ask you to deposit your tokens into their wallet, which we'll refer to as the vault. Palladium Finance allows you to earn incentives that go straight back to your wallet, creating a loop that increases the amount you get every day. They then pay you every 30 minutes, which means you're paid 48 times every day. Some of these amounts will be very small, granted, but they will add up over time because you'll be paid 48 times a day, and it'll be automatically compounded and staked directly from your wallet every 30 minutes as well. Everything is totally automated, so you don't even have to lift a finger. This means you'll be earning a 2% interest every day, but it's important to note that because your holdings are steadily increasing, you're generating more and more money every day. Let's go on to the tokenomics behind this project, because tokenomics can make or break a new project. A project that's good but has terrible tokenomics will likely fail, and vice versa, because a project that's terrible but has fantastic tokenomics might thrive. So let's chat about the tokenomics of the automatic liquidity pair. Given that 5% of all trading costs are returned to liquidity, this means that 2.5% of all trades are sold into BUSD to establish this liquidity pair. That may not seem like a lot, but this means we're not seeing a lot of selling pressure, and it also implies it's being positioned into liquidity, which helps to drive up the price of this coin. This will never provide an ever-increasing collateral value for the PELD token, and while we're on the subject of liquidity, the PELD token now has over $230,000 in liquidity. which is awesome considering its market cap is just $71,159,000. Yes, the price has been on a downward trend, but it appears that things are beginning to level off. The major reason is that because there are so many TitanoForks coming up, many people are pulling their money out of higher quality forks and putting it into lower quality forks. They're doing this with the hopes of multiplying their initial investment by 10, or 10 timesing for short, and because we're close to the launching price of Peld. This could be a very nice entry point if you want to invest in this, but keep in mind that only time will tell how successful this protocol will be because it's still very, very uncertain. Make sure you invest at your own risk in this protocol, since it's a high risk, high reward situation. When it comes to their treasury, it receives 5% of all purchases and 10% of all sales, which helps to sustain the risk-free value, which we'll get to in a moment. Additionally, it aids in marketing, product development, and investing. When you use RFV, 5% of your trading fees are routed to the RFV wallet, which helps to support and sustain the favorable rebate staking payouts. Obviously, this is pretty vague, so let's go right into the protocol's papers. Clarify what an RFV is and how Peld is better than the rest of the forking networks. RFV works similarly to a reward pool. It backs up the rewards, which are distributed every 30 minutes at a rate of 0.4%. They'll be able to guarantee a high and steady interest rate to all Peld holders with this approach, so it makes sense that they took this route. Another important aspect of this project that we want to emphasize is their roadmap. But there are so many TitanoForks bubbling up, what sets this one apart from the others apart from their roadmap? Unique characteristics. First, they're nearing the end of their pre-launch period as well as their mid-March phase. Second, they have 2022 Q2 and Q3 and want to create a version 2, also known as phase 2. So they essentially want to expand out on their decentralized application and deliver V2, which we're expecting to be done by Q3 of this year. Because Peld is currently only offered on the Binance Smart Chain network, they aim to go cross-chain, which will allow it to be traded on other networks like the AVAX network, the Polygon network, and the Phantom network. In addition to this, they'll reward existing Peld holders with unique pre-launch whitelist spots and airdrops. So basically, you'll be able to invest on any platform, and if you're early, you'll be rewarded, which we believe is awesome because a lot of initiatives out there blame early investors. They often overlook the fact that it was the early investors that helped them become who they are in the first place. They also plan to build a referral system. This means they'll give current Peld holders access to a completely on-chain referral system, allowing them to boost their rewards by sharing their links with the community or friends, ultimately turning them into brand ambassadors. How cool is that? But wait, that's not all. They're also planning to develop a decentralized autonomous organization governance mechanism, which we believe should be implemented sooner rather than later, even if it's just basic polls on Discord, because it's always great to have a community-driven initiative. Another important feature that no other TitanoFork has implemented is the gathering of NFTs linked to Peld, such as staking, royalties, airdrops, voting rights, and so on when they evolve into a DAO. Don't you think it'd be awesome if all of this turned out to be true? This might imply, for one, that everybody who buys this NFT will be allowed to vote on the DAO or will receive a little reward bump. This is something that adds strategy to the project, since we've seen a lot of node projects pop up that have a lot of strategy built into their node systems, allowing investors to earn higher returns. They also intend to put in place a system that allows Peld holders to look up their tokens for a specific length of time in order to get additional rewards, similar to Binance Earn. With all of that said, we believe this project has a lot of potential for long-term sustainability, which is why we believe it's one of the most sustainable projects on the Binance Smart Chain network when it comes to TitanoForks. Even though there are many other high-quality initiatives out there, such as Saifu and Spear Finance, we think this one takes the cake out of the lot. The team has done an excellent job of presenting their project and hitting performance goals so far. A motivated and hardworking staff is an excellent indicator of a project's future potential. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for future videos. Please also leave a comment below to tell us what you think of Palladium Finance and whether or not you think it's going to be successful in the future. Cheers.